now, broadcasting from the jungles of Southeast Asia, it is time for the Ed and Rock Podcast.
Happy Thursday. I hope everybody has enjoyed their distance learning for the 100 days that I had counted today, because my son has been in kindergarten for 100 days. And fucking A, I'm over it. Seriously, guys, I'm over it. Can't wait for them to come back somewhat to a norm, which is school. I don't even know what to call it anymore, but yeah, it's been that kind of thing with a lot of parents, and I know a lot of parents can relate to it. But nonetheless, a lot of it has been, a lot of good has come out of this. And I, again, want to give a humongous shout out to my brother from another, Whit Petrell, and the 5 Foot Viking podcast. And I'm going to create a banner and leave it up there for a couple of minutes. Only because he has diligently been working his ass off to do this. And I actually got to go to his house on Tuesday. I got invited. I was hosted by him and his wife. I call her Whitleen, but Marlene, shout out to Marlene too. And got to produce my very first podcast. But it was kind of a hit or miss, because first and foremost, I was there to really troubleshoot his system, because the one thing I'm going to encourage any potential or aspiring podcasters is get to know your equipment. And if you don't, a lot of it is not really, I guess, making sense. Get someone that understands it. Even if you get them for free, get them for free. I mean, I have donated my time to Whit since the beginning, only because I've known him for 16 years and I know what he is all about. I know I will have no wasted effort with this gentleman. And I know that whatever I'm going to teach him, he's going to absorb, and then he'll keep asking questions to grow. And not to mention, I mean, he has very similar goals with this thing that as I, only we're just two different entities with this podcasting. I mean, he has his own map. I have my map, which is much different than most podcasters. Obviously, everyone's known me to be a freestyle kind of podcast kind of guy, but nonetheless, if you want to start a podcast, man, DM me by all means. I've had like maybe 10 people already who are afraid to podcast, who are afraid to kind of venture out of their comfort zone, but they want to do it. They're just really, really eager to do it. But I want to, again, going back to Mr. Whit Petrell, the 5 Foot Viking podcast. Follow him on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification sign, keep up to date with him. And the reason for me giving him a humongous shout out is just what I stated earlier. He has put in all the work. He's absorbed all of the information they're given, and at the same time, we're learning together. Get you one of those peeps, you know what I'm saying? Get you some. Like, get someone that's going to really collaborate with you, because that's what we've been doing together. And speaking of together, I'm bringing back my brother of 27 years now. And are you boozing on a Thursday? Oh, no, you're drinking that Jokes. You're drinking that Jokes.
I'm drinking.
Why is your face so bright? Did you just enlighten your... Yeah, it looks like one of those MySpace pictures with the fucking mega filters, bro.
That shit.
So, but I wanted to tell you that. What?
I said, what is
it?
up?
Oh, okay. So Tuesday, I drove an hour to Whit's house to produce his podcast, and it was kind of like a mini reunion with me, him, and our buddy Matt that I've known for probably just as long. and he has his own his very own business dealing with solar. You know, solar panels, solar hardware, all that, everything solar. That's what he's about.
Yeah,
I learned a lot from that thing. The only thing is, dude, we pre-gamed a little too much before that, and I can clearly tell I started slurring during some of my questions that we're reading, because he got us drinking a 12% beer during the fucking podcast, dude.
Fuck. Damn,
But nonetheless, I mean, we had a couple of like what's it called? Shout out to Stone if they can sponsor any of us. Fuck, I would love it. It's called the new Stone. Was it? God, it's a cerveza. It's like their Mexican ale, and it's freaking delicious, Roger. It's so good. Buena Vesa. There you go. Buena Vesa.
Buena Vesa. Huh.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and shout out to Mr. Justin Amen. Justin Amen. And his podcast. I forget the name of the podcast, dude. I always forget. Hold on. I'm going to pull this up because I have him bookmarked on my, you know who Justin is? Justin Amen? That's Jesse's cousin through marriage.
Okay.
That's his Aunt Rita's stepson or son, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Everything's like no more step anything unless you really dislike the person or whatever. I forgot. Justin, help me. Oh, the Disaster Party Podcast. That's the name of that. It sounds like a party to me, man. Shit. The Disaster Party Podcast. There it is. Be sure you follow this gentleman on I think you're on all major platforms, and he's got some TikToks too, which is pretty interesting. And we'll get into the TikTok part because I wanted to show you something. But anyway, how do you like Shipped?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
because I want to hear your input so far, what you've been doing and
honestly,
how you like it.
I've only been doing it for like 2 weeks, and it's pretty cool because one, it gets you out of the house if you feel like doing it. It's just like Postmates. If you guys done that before, DoorDash, basically you just are a shopper for a customer or whatever. You get an order, you get the shopping list, you go, you pick up the item, you check out, and you drop them off. You deliver them. It's really cool.
So you actually physically go and do the shopping for the person, right? Just like how the other delivery services do it. Okay.
Right. It's not like you just go to the store and it's already there, in bags and stuff. You're basically doing the job of what those grocery store employees are supposed to be doing when they do the curbside drop off, or when you go in and do a curbside pickup. If you order something online, they go and they go to the aisles and everything, they grab everything, and then they wait for you to show up. This is just like the same thing. It's just only you're getting the order and you claim it. And if you, if you want to take your time, you can. They usually give you like about an hour and a half, to complete.
An hour and a half? Okay.
Yeah, because they like they mostly give you like 30 minutes to go and get the items, and then they give you an hour to deliver it within the time window that the customer picks. Because sometimes you have to go far. Like, dude, how are you gonna order fucking items? Okay, items from the Vons in Montebello, right there on Montebello and Beverly, and you're gonna live like on East 6th Street in fucking East LA. It's like, what the fuck? So I take the order.
They don't have a Vons in East Los, I think, dude.
I don't think so. No, but
there's a John's.
Yeah, I know. The only problem that's the problem with this app is it only works with certain retailers like Ralph's, Vons, Best Buy, Target.
And I know Ralph's is under scrutiny right now, as well as other grocery stores for the hero pay that I guess was supposed to be added to the essential workers, which are the supermarket workers. Okay. I don't know if you know about that, so it's pretty crazy. There's some stores in Long Beach that are closing because of that, and Food for Less too.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? I did hear about that this morning. Actually, my mom was telling me about it. She's saying that a lot of some Ralphs are closing down because they want their pay increase. but they can't.
Yeah.
So, okay, that
Yeah.
must be it then. Huh? Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it gets me thinking like companies like Shipt are pretty much, I think, picking up that slack and making it a business.
well, I think
Because I know Vaughn's got let go of all of their drivers, like in-house drivers, because they saved more money doing the third party thing.
really. Oh, shit.
I don't know that for sure. If someone can fact check that for me, cool. But if not,
I didn't
then
know that. I hope I'm not like
yeah.
taking somebody's job away. But
I don't know either. Continue on. I mean, well, that's something we'll have to investigate. So
I mean, like I said, I'm only doing it for 2 weeks, and from the little research that I've done, I think this company's only been around for like about 4 years. So
mhm.
they've been around doing this, but it works. It's just like Instacart.
Yeah.
But Instacart works with other retailers and other grocery stores. I tried to do Instacart when it first started, and that was like about 4 years ago. And
Yeah.
all the orders were like in West LA and West Hollywood and stuff. So there's no way for me.
Yeah,
To
their order system was not even developed like that early. Actually, they got super overdeveloped during the pandemic. I know that.
Yeah,
Like
that's
way at the beginning, like at the start.
That's why this thing blew up. So I mean, it's cool. It's like I said, it gets you out of the house for a little while. It normally takes me an hour, almost an hour and a half to do one order, and then
Yeah.
you can get a tip if you want and stuff. But yeah, you do have to be prepared to lift heavy stuff, bottle water and all that shit. And
Yeah.
like today, I had to, climb with 2 bottle waters upstairs, to make the delivery and stuff like that. But it's easy, no big deal, But it's cool. It's cool. I'm enjoying it. It's just like when
Have
you.
you, I was gonna say, well, have you experienced any bad customers yet? Any troublesome deliveries? Like, what have been some of the fucking obstacles that you've already like encountered in these last 2 weeks?
The only shit that I hate right now is stupid commerce. Fucking Target has no service in there. I don't know if any of you have ever been shopping there. There's no fucking cell phone service inside that place. I've been dealing with that for like a
Really?
long time. Yeah, I don't know if you've been in.
Don't they have a fucking Wi-Fi in there? It's
They do.
complimentary.
They do. I'm using that, but the problem with that is the app gives you the option to communicate with the customer. So if they look for a specific item and it's not there,
Mhm.
you have to let them know that you could substitute it or leave it.
Right.
But I can't
Right.
do that.
Okay.
I have to walk all the way out to the front of the fucking store. I could be on the other side, the grocery area, and then I have to walk all the way outside and tell somebody, hey, watch my shit. And I walk outside and I'm texting this person. And what's cool about it is it gives you ghost numbers. So you're not sending them your actual number and you're not getting their number. The
Oh,
system is
okay.
set up that activates 2 numbers and they're active for like an hour. So you communicate via that way, but you have to wait for them to reply and doing this. And it's just, that's a pain in the ass, That's the one thing that's my pet peeve is poor service. I had, as for like a complaint, I don't think I've gotten any complaints, except for one that I said that I had to drive all the way to 6th Street from Montebello.
Mhm.
This lady wanted strawberries, and the app said
They're
1
not
pound.
even in season, man.
Well, she wanted a pound of strawberries, right? I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
cool, here's a pound, and it's 1 box.
Yeah.
I make the delivery, and I said, okay, you're done. It's all there. Have a nice day, and I leave. As I'm driving back, she sends me a message and said, I ordered 2 strawberries. And I'm like, the thing said a pound. She goes, no, I picked 2. And then I'm like, well, it said a pound. It didn't say anything else. So she's like, I'm gonna talk to Ship to get my refund. I'm like, okay, fine. Have a good day. And that's when I started thinking. I'm like, that store is because sometimes that store Vaughn's sells strawberries at half a pound. Like half.
Yeah.
So she must have selected 2 half pounds. So I gave her a pound. So
See, that's I'll share. By the way, my echoes in your end. You have your volume loud, don't you?
Do I?
Yes, I can hear the. What happened to your headphones?
You want me to put my headphones on? Fine, I'll put my headphones on.
Because I can literally hear myself on a loop. See, look at today. I sound like Al Bundy. Today. I. Well. There. Wait, say something.
Hold on, I gotta set up my thing.
All right, I can hear you fine, but you have to be able to hear me. See, ladies and gentlemen, these are the technicalities that you will have to experience during a podcast, either on Zoom. I use StreamYard and actually subscribe to it. Google Meets. No virtual platform is perfect. You got to make it work for you. And see, look at Alejandro. Echo.
Okay, I can hear you.
Know,
can you hear me?
Ale, we know. I've been doing this for 8 years, and I'm still surprised it even fucking works, dude. But anyway, so my experiences were different, of course, with Lyft. And fuck, man, I mean, I've picked up people from here in Monterey Park and had to drop them in Camarillo.
The fuck?
Yeah, it was some Asian cat. He had a bag full of like, I don't know what he had. It was like, I guess this guy made pottery or whatever. For all I know, he was trafficking drugs, and I gave him a ride to Camarillo. I don't know. And I've seen, I've met, I've kicked people out of my car. I remember I've done it. I did it. Yeah, I did it for almost a year, man. The two people have only kicked out because obviously, you know, my demeanor is a certain way. I was a perfect 5-star driver, dude. Perfect 5-star driver, and not one bad review.
Right.
Even with those two people that I kicked out. What's up, Anthony? You're just in time.
Yo.
But I wanted to. I know you sent me something on YouTube, and it got me thinking. Right, like, you know, I fancy a lot of things. Conspiracies are one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're outright outrageous, like shit that doesn't make any sense to me, then I won't fancy it. But the stuff that I know for sure is stuff like Operation Paperclip, Operation Northwoods, and of course, unidentified flying objects. So, oh my God, Dan just tuned just in time for nudity. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
on
okay,
paintings.
Wait,
Angel. Oh, what's up, Angel? Angel said I do Postmates when I can. It's pretty good. It is. It's good supplemental income, dude. I used to call it gas money, believe it or not, even though you were driving. But also when during peak hours when I would drive, we would hit bonus spots, and I was not afraid to dive in. My bread and butter was at USC at the campus, especially during pledge week, when all these crazy sororities and fucking fraternities were, I guess, hazing their fucking pledges. It was nuts, dude. And the rides were nonstop. I probably didn't get home sometimes like 1 o'clock in the morning. And they would tip me in cans of beer, fucking bottles of liquor, and all this shit, dude. It was fucking wild, bro. And the bottles of liquor I didn't take because they were open. I'm like, I'm not gonna take a bottle, but cans that were sealed, like beer. Oh yeah, all by all means. And I always put them in the trunk, make sure they were, you know, not visible, whatever. But it was awesome. But I stopped because of the fucking pandemic. That's the only reason I stopped. I was already working full time where I am now.
Yeah.
But fucking, I was driving after work during peak. And I would come home when peak was over. It was only like 3 or 4 hours, but I would make a decent amount of money. And then came that day where it was December 2019, and I'm driving by the Griffith Park Observatory, by Legion Park, around that area. I had just dropped off this really, really cool chick. I guess she's an artist. She was. I had to pick her up from the Arts District right there off of 4th Street, right there, borderline Boyle Heights.
Right.
And I took her back to that side of town. It was dark. It was already like 9:30, and there's very little, there's not as much light pollution on that side of LA. Of course there is because it's a city, but nonetheless, you can still get a glimpse of some stars and whatnot, but the higher you get, the less light pollution. So it was not that far high up, but I remember there was a part of the section of the highway, dude, that I got no cell phone reception. I'm just like, fuck, did I turn left? So whatever. So I turned left. I'm like, fuck, I just did a loop and I went back up. And I just stopped, pull over to the side, make sure I got reception, whatever. And I look like this, right? And I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? And I'm like, okay, I'm tripping. So I cleaned my windshield, Roger. I cleaned it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's not a speck on the windshield. What the fuck is that? And it literally looked like whatever you had sent me a few years back, in 2017, 2018, whatever. It looked just like that. It looked circular. It looked like someone, like if you're looking at it, it looked like someone was trying to focus a lens on a camera in and out like that.
Okay.
That's what it looked like.
All right.
And I stood there. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to film this because for some fucking reason, if you film it, it'll go away. I don't know. I mean, obviously you've had better luck than I have. But
it's
weird. Hold on. I know that. Let me get to that because you've actually said we are going to watch a clip where that Roger sent me, and Roger is going to talk us through this clip that he sent.
All right.
And then I found something on TikTok, and then I'll show you the one that I captured, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then you turned me to this YouTube channel that we're going to check out too. So, all right, for those watching, this is the video that Roger sent me, and he was adamant.
Mood lighting.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this? So he's gonna guide us through this. So you tell us exactly what we're looking at, okay, Roger?
All right. First. All right,
hold on. Pause it.
So I was laying down in my backyard, like on the patio, and I just saw something. I'm looking up, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And it wasn't the first time I've seen it. I swear to you, I saw this 2 times before. I just couldn't capture it those first 2 times. And I even saw it one time in Pico when I was at my Uncle Bill's house. And I pointed it out. I said, hey, do you guys see that? And they're like, my mom was like, yeah. I'm like, is that an airplane? She's like, no. So I'm not crazy. You see it? She's like, yes. It's like phasing. It's like trying to like you could see it go solid and then it goes like opaque. So go ahead and play this, and I'll show you what I mean. So,
all right. So there, I obviously scrubbed it, and I slow-moed it right when you got it to me, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. I've never seen anything like this before either. So
I'm surprised that you were able to steady it. So there it is.
Right, there it is.
It's like it looks shiny. It's round and shiny. It's like reflecting the sunlight. And this is in the middle.
Back a little bit.
This is like around 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, around that time.
There it is again.
And you see, it's like it's phasing in and out. It's like it appears and disappears. It appears and disappears.
There it is, right there again.
So wait, you're playing it.
I know the video doesn't do it justice because this was live, and there's an image. Okay, there.
Can you try to play it in regular speed?
I don't know if I have the regular speed one, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think I purposely rendered this because it was going too fast in regular speed.
I know
you right there.
I know you stabilized it because it was on a cell phone camera and it was shaking.
And you had to pinch and zoom.
Yeah.
And get a clear image, but it's like, I know, man, I heard the sound in your voice. You're like, dude, I saw something. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let me go back.
You'll see it.
It almost looks like a blemish, dude. Like, right. There.
Yeah, there in the center, in the middle. Wish you can have like your little arrow.
Alejandro, it's all blue. Yes, dick, because it's the fucking sky, fool. God damn. Let's see. Dan says, Mark Zuckerberg's alien parents saying it's time to come home. Come home, Mark.
Yeah,
come
but the thing
home.
was, this wasn't the first time I saw it. It's like, I got to try and capture this shit. And
no, it's crazy because I've seen stuff like this too. And keep in mind, everyone, this is in the hood, man, where we grew up in Saybrook Park.
The first time as I tried, it went away quick. This time it was actually staying. So I was I'm gonna record. I'm gonna record this.
I'm surprised you fucking caught it on video. And I'm just like, okay,
I was like looking because watching it on a video, like watching it on a video doesn't do any justice. If you see this with your naked eye, you'll see right away. It's like, it's clear. It's like, it's sharp, but it looked like it was solid. And then it looked like it was like see-through. Like it would go like, it would like do
almost
that.
Like jellyfish like, right?
Yeah. It would like do that. It would like go solid, then it'll disappear, solid and disappear. And it's like, fuck, dude, I can't believe I actually saw that. And like I said, I saw it in Pico and I was like looking up, boom, there it is. It's like, what the fuck is that? You know? Like
Anthony, yes, it is hard to see. And I props to Roger. Okay, this is just one video of like 3 I'm going to show you. This is just the beginning, but he did his absolute best to try to capture this thing. And I know this guy. I've known this guy for 27 years.
This is on a fucking cell phone camera, dude.
He wanted to capture this on video and show me because he's like, fuck, dude, like he's not going to believe me. But all is like, we ain't alone. Yes,
right, look, he's like, yeah, you can see the object.
Whatever it is, it looks like a radiation glow. A radiation glow? What the fuck?
No, this was a solid
see an object. Crazy.
This was a solid, like silvery metallic object. Because I remember it clearly. Is again.
And it's not a weather balloon. I've seen weather balloons. They do not look like that. They do not. No. They do not. Bomba. What's up, Time Bob? We're talking about UFOs. Tune in, bro. All right. Let's see. All right. I'll play it again. And I'll try to freeze it where it got.
Okay, right there on the
there
top
it is.
right.
There it is on the right.
That's clear.
All right,
but it was a lot bigger. It was. Look, see that? Look, see how it's. It's going to be there
a little bit.
Like. I mean, that's the best you could do with a fucking iPhone
but here,
camera.
props to you, man. Like Dan's, it's the bottle cap from the gods. Must be crazy. If you have not seen that movie, I don't know.
That movie's so cool, dude. That movie's so cool.
Me and Roger got it. Yeah. All right, let's see. Cool. And then right there it is again on the right.
Yeah.
Okay. And I. Oh my God, Time Bomb. Did you see the neighbor shooting video? Yes.
Is that the one about the snow shoveling? No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, but I know about it.
It's so fucked up, and it's proof that, dude, something's going on in the world and we don't know what the fuck's happening, man.
Fuck.
It is fucked
over
up.
Snow. Okay.
That could have been, dude, that story could have gone deeper, but I mean we'll talk about look, right there.
There, yeah.
But at one point, let's see.
I mean, it looks like a star, but a star at 4 o'clock.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, could there be some astronomical explanation for what we're looking at? Yes, maybe, but then again, I mean, unidentified flying objects have been known to disguise themselves within the stars.
It's just it wasn't like here. It looks like it's a star, but it wasn't. It was.
Well, what gave it away was this. It was
like
this freeze frame,
like kind of like that. Like it looked like that to me, like a metallic shape. You know.
Let's see. Órale, pues, man. I owe you a beer or 10. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to get this fucking freeze frame right here. Watch. I did my absolute best to try to slow-mo it and see. I'm like, okay, I thought I was tripping at first because I'm like, okay, obviously there's a lot of noise in the video, but I tried to lightly denoise some of it so I can get a clear image and pump up the sharpness right there, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck is that? Watch, I'll rewind. It's like a blemish or some shit, dude. Look at that.
See how it's like,
what the fuck is that? Yeah.
It goes solid and then it disappears.
Yeah.
That's
watch it again.
That's what I was trying to capture.
Boom. Right there. And I'm like, nah, it's probably Roger's camera. But no, look at the rest of what the lens is covered. Nothing is moving. And you know me, I'm very fucking forensic with footage like this, especially with the one I captured. So now that you guys have seen the one,
that one.
Let me just give everyone a background on what was happening. This is around 10 o'clock at night. It was in my backyard. Obviously, it's a ranch style a property that we live in. And I was just simply throwing out the trash. And then I fucking saw something. And I don't know if I remember. Did I send it to you right away, Roger? I don't remember.
You did. You're like,
because you had sent me something that video in the sky that same month or year. I don't remember.
No.
But
yeah, you're like,
let me show you guys what I saw.
What is this?
And I'll lower the volume just so we could see the video. There's not much to listen to, but this is the back property. And then look, it sounds like ET. This is a fairly large video quality. So bear with me if it buffers a little bit, but I'll just let it play. Obviously, you could see it right away. You see it?
Wait.
Keep watching.
There it is. There it is.
That is trippy.
Yeah, but oh man,
my lens was clean. My lens was fucking clean. You know, I have this really weird habit of just always wiping my fucking lens.
Yeah, but this isn't if you can just have it playing at the regular frame rate. It's just
no. This is what StreamYard is buffering now because it's a huge fucking video.
Oh fuck.
So
well, maybe if it loads up, it'll play.
We've been letting it load in the background, so let's play it again. Let's see if it'll do it. Obviously, if it's too big of a file, it'll choke a little bit. But that would just flew. That was a mosquito, right? Or whatever it was.
A bug.
That was not a bug because I know what the fuck these bugs do, and that we don't have fireflies here where we're at. I don't know what the fuck that was. And I don't know, dude. I was trying to make sense out of that shit. I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't.
Because I remember.
All I remember.
Are you sure it's the whole video? Because
happened.
I remember you sent it to me, and I could have sworn that it flew into the house and out.
No, I flew above it, and then it went to the right. But it went to the right, and it literally just bolted elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I'll try to freeze frame to see where we can clearly see it. Angel's saying it's Tinkerbell. Hey, Tinkerbell was a bad, like a mean bitch, I heard, man. I don't want to talk about that one. Tinkerbell was not nice, I heard, originally. Let's see. All right. Right about, I think right here. Right there. Right there.
When it's if only you could just see how it like I remember the video. It was really clear, and how it flew in front of the house. It actually cast a light on a small little light onto the house, and then it went back. And
obviously, we're in a low latency environment. I expected for something like this to happen, but I'll say this to anyone watching or listening. This video file is approximately 84 megs in size. So you know for a fact, I'm telling you right now, I recorded it in high definition on not an old Android phone, but one of the first HTC Evo LTE phones that came out and had a dope fucking camera. and I caught that, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And Dan is saying,
So
"It
what
is
exactly?
Tinkerbell." After Peter left with Wendy, she searches the world for him because he didn't leave a note.
What exactly do you remember what you saw with your naked eye? Like, how did it look to you?
Okay. So what I saw was what I thought was a bug.
Okay.
I thought it was a fucking bug. And no, I was already smashing all these bugs around me because obviously mosquitoes fucking love my blood. But then when I was throwing out the trash, I looked directly up and I'm like, right away, I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I stood still to make sure it wasn't a bug. Because if it's a bug, I could feel it.
How far away do you feel it was when you saw it before you started recording?
Maybe it was maybe 100 feet away. So it was pretty far, maybe 100 feet. And then it came closer. It went from 100 feet to like 50. I was just like, okay,
it
that's
stayed the same
weird.
Size, right? It was a constant size? Okay.
Yes.
So it was bright enough for you to see it from far away?
Yes.
All right. And it was moving weird?
It was moving very swiftly, like very, very calmly, dude. Like nothing out of the ordinary. And then, okay, so I'm reading about what you captured, what other people have captured. And then I stumble across this TikTok video, and it just makes a lot of sense. This is what I found. Check this out.
Aliens aren't real. Explain these paintings. We're going to start with this one because this one threw me the most off guard. What the fuck is this? Saucers? Is that what they are? More saucers. I know y'all see this. Even if these aren't aliens, why are there so many things in ancient paintings that depict things being in the sky that we've never seen before? So while coming across all these pictures, I also ran into something called the ancient astronaut theory, which is a theory basically that aliens came down a long time ago and made communication with humans. And this is the reason for a lot of the advanced technology that some people had back then, a reason for a lot of the cultures, and a reason for a lot of the religions that took place back then, or some of the cultures and religions that still take place now, which is a very interesting theory, and the fact that there are like so many paintings, old ass paintings, to back this theory up kinda makes me wonder.
Okay, so
but dude, it's like, look, let me scrub through this video
real quick though
and show you like some of the paintings she's talking about.
This girl, she's like 15 years slow. Because all this information has been out there for like the past 15, 20 years.
Here's the thing. How many
because of TikTok.
But how many new look at the age range of TikTokers.
Yeah, because they're barely finding out about this.
They weren't growing up with the old analog VHF stuff, VHS stuff that we were looking at on like late night Fox 11.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that shit I would not sleep because of that. And I was on the second floor living in an apartment in LA.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help but to look at the sky all the fucking time, dude, because it was scary. And these depictions of course the and the paintings, and then of course Christ being crucified on the cross, and there's like flying saucers in the background. This is basically a perception, but it's called perception art. I could call it perception art, because I don't call it perspective art because, okay, we don't, back then there was no hard evidence, or so they say there wasn't. Even though I beg to differ, but perception artwork to me is like, okay, I perceived it to look like this, and this is what I'm going to draw it like. Kind of like a sketch artist for.
It's basically what people draw from their memories, from what they see.
Right.
It's not like they're gonna, unless somebody's able to draw it like, just a quick sketch at the moment.
Right.
It's just things that are, people from back then don't have that kind of mindset that we have today.
But look at these fucking drawings, Roger. Look at that.
Well,
like
this one here, this particular painting here is supposedly the Immaculate Conception of the Madonna. There, you see her right there on the lower right, and then there's a beam of light coming from this thing. This is supposedly depicts the Immaculate Conception. However, how would somebody think of it that way?
Have you heard of the Anguished Man painting? What the fuck? The Anguish Man painting.
It sounds familiar.
Now we're gonna fucking look it up.
Look it up.
Anguish Man.
But I'm just gonna
painting.
I'm gonna tell you real quick. These paintings depict what I believe is this kind of theory that I heard, where people who were I don't know if you've ever seen like the people who were abducted and they were hypnotized, and then they ask these questions, all these questions they get asked to. One of them who was being interviewed, I still remember this one. That she had asked the extraterrestrials about Jesus Christ. They're like, so is Jesus, an alien or something? And he said that the answer was no, he's a man. The only thing was that he was not supposed to be there. Like the things that people depicted of him doing, his miracles and stuff like that, were because he was born with a switch turned on in his brain, meaning that we have the capabilities of healing each other with touch. We can do it. Right. It's just we don't know how. We
all right, I found the fucking painting.
All right, let's see it.
This is I've seen this before. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, Fire in the Sky was based on a true story.
Have you ever seen this painting? The Anguished Man, the world's most haunted painting, is not for sale. It's one of the most haunted paintings ever, I guess. No thanks. Okay, but what's the story behind this? The Anguished Man painting was given to me by my grandmother. What the fuck? The artist of the painting is unknown, but we do know that the artist mixed his own blood into the paint and committed suicide not long after the painting was finished. All other paintings appearing for sale online, which claim to be the Anguished Man, are frauds, and no one should buy those. I can guarantee you that the original haunted painting is locked away in a secure location, and I have no intentions of selling it. That could be dangerous, and it would not be wise for anyone to lay their hands on the painting because it is really active, and really strange things happen for people who are in the same room or even in the same house with the painting. What the fuck? Okay, so here's the thing. Regarding paranormal activity, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like to think that that's kind of intertwined with not just unidentified flying objects, but extraterrestrials, aliens themselves, because they have mastered the art of what do they call the inside out, the outside in, whatever you want, the 2, 3, 4th dimension, whatever you want to call it. They know how to maneuver within these dimensions, and I like to say we haven't, but I don't think so. I think we figured it out as humans that we've done the same because of the technology that we've been exposed to, and we've reverse engineered it. There's
talk that supposedly, because of this massive particle accelerator that they have, they accidentally opened a door to a dimension, something just like Stranger Things. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys.
The guy is unknown, and we just know what happened to him. That's crazy.
I'm going to tell you guys this real quick. When I worked at AT&T, I told you this story before. I don't know if your viewers have heard it before, but I worked with a security guard who was ex-military. And he told me some crazy shit, like some crazy fucking classified shit. He basically says anything that you see in the movies or on TV that has to deal with extraterrestrials or, interdimensional shit like that is based off of something that has happened or was prevented from happening, because our government has been doing these type of experiments. They have been doing these kinds of work for decades. And this is how, when you talk about reverse engineering, this is how things happen. Ever since we as humans unlocked the power of the atom and utilized that as a weapon, shit started happening more and more and more. Now, the ancient alien theory is, a big deal. I think it's so totally true. I think it's fucking true.
Wait, what's the ancient alien theory?
The ancient alien theory, what she's talking about, what your TikToker video was talking about, how we were visited, humans were visited, they were influenced. These things were revered as gods, as deities, as demons and gods. Okay, a lot of there's supposedly a bunch of different species of extraterrestrials out there. Some are benevolent and want to help usher us into another, a whole new era, and some are malevolent and they have their own agenda and want to, get rid of humans somehow or control them. But
so this is what Wikipedia, of course, says. I'm just gonna verbatim read what they say about ancient astronauts. Ancient astronauts refers to the pseudoscientific idea that intelligent extraterrestrial beings visited Earth and made contact with humans in antiquity and prehistoric times. Proponents suggest that this contact influenced the development of modern cultures, technologies, religions, and human biology. Wow.
Okay, but let me just continue real quick about after
the alien race use Earth for sex tourism. Fuck.
After we did the atom bomb, big event that happened. Okay, World War II. We used that. Yeah. We used the atom bomb. What was right after World War II? Like right after, like 2 years after the end. You should know. This happened in the 40s. Come on, dude.
Happened in the desert.
Happened in the desert.
You're talking about Roswell?
Yes. Yes.
And Roswell, New Mexico. Yes.
Right. So after that, a lot of things started happening. A lot of our technology started to change too. This is what this guy was telling me, and it made so much sense. I was like, wow, seriously. Think about it. For us as human beings, we started to learn to fly in the early 1900s, right, with the Wright brothers. It took us over 100 years. Actually, farther back than that, it took us over 100 years to master the power of flight, to go from a glider that's made out of canvas and wire or whatever to breaking the speed of sound, or even going into outer space. All right. But in just less than 4 decades, we had computers that were the size of aircraft hangars. Like you'd have to put a whole computer
they were
inside
humongous. Yeah.
And now we have them like something that's totally more advanced in our pocket. It took us less than 50 years to develop that kind of technology. Why?
Well, it's crazy because it's called what did they call it? Afferent conditioning. I don't know if you know that term. And the definition of afferent is this is just the textbook dictionary definition of afferent is conducting or conducted inward or towards something for nerves, the central nervous system, for blood vessels, the organ supplied. So afferent conditioning means that that's exactly what movies, television shows have been doing to condition our nervous system to pretty much already either accept it that's already existed or in anticipation to some type of, not invasion, but visiting, like a visit.
Let me keep talking about this dude, okay? Because he mentioned that shit too. He's like,
this is the guy that used to be a security guard at the store.
Same guy, yeah, same guy. He asked me a question. He's like, why do you think all of our movies that has to deal with aliens, they're always out to destroy us? They're always out there to, kill humans. Not all of them, not like there's not a lot of alien movies out there that are like, happy, kind of like, like E.T. or fucking Mac and Me or whatever, I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh, wow, that's old school.
But
yes,
the majority of them, like War of the Worlds, Signs, Independence Day, if we remember that one, they're all meant to condition our brains into thinking that this is some scary shit. And if it happens, we're going to freak out and we're going to have a massive panic. He said that's not what they want you to know. That's not how they want you to feel. And what I mean by they, he means about the extraterrestrials, these other beings. They don't want us to feel afraid of them because they're here to help. They want us to take care of our world, because our world supposedly is not one of a kind, but it's very, very few. There's very, very few planets or worlds out there that can sustain the kind of life that we have, you know?
Well, obviously that's kind of what we've discovered from just the immediate solar system that we have not access to, but we can actually not visit, you know, on like, we still, like, we haven't landed on Mars, for example.
Yeah.
The moon, we landed on the moon. I'm just going to throw this up. We landed on the moon. But we landed there. How much exploration did we do on the moon is the other question. I really don't know.
We've done
but
a lot.
At the same time, I think but I have they found stuff on there? The answer is
so.
yes.
I think so. I believe so.
Yes.
We haven't gone back there. Like, we haven't gone publicly. We have not gone back there since the Apollo missions have been scrubbed. That was back in the late 60s, early 70s.
Wait, the Apollo missions were scrubbed?
Well, they stopped them, dude. What do you think? That means they were done. They were no more. Gone.
No, I mean they scrapped all the classified documentation, or what did they do? Did they keep all that? I don't know much about it. That's why
they had to. They must have. But you can look it up. You can find all this shit. How ex-NASA employees would talk about how all the pictures were doctored. They were airbrushed. They were changed. You know, pictures of the surface of the moon that astronauts took. They were edited because they don't want the public to see this stuff. But there's a theory that the Earth.
That's so fucking shady, like, dude.
I mean, there's a theory that the moon is not natural. It's a satellite that was brought here a long time ago. That supposedly it's hollow. That supposedly it's supposed to change. It was supposed to change the weather patterns of the planet somehow. That's one theory. There's another theory that there's bases on the moon. There's ancient ruins on the moon. You know, there's so many theories out there, and it's hard to believe which is real. However, I do believe the ones where these ex-NASA employees would say that, yeah, these pictures are doctored. They've been edited. You know, these are not the real pictures. Anthony
says that the recordings were disappeared. What the analog tape recordings from that landing?
Well, I think there were multiple moon landings, you know. They had to.
I know for a fact that the Soviets beat us to outer space. Is that correct? And then it was just a race as to who was going to go to the moon first, who was going to land there.
Yep. That's true.
Okay, and I forget that how else did the Russians get all that technology so quickly too is because the Russians, the Americans, and the Brits,
they all had their own Roswell. They all had their own Roswell.
They snagged all the fucking Nazi fucking scientists too.
Yep. Because Germany,
it wasn't just us.
Because they had their own Roswell event as well in those forests of Germany. They had supposedly a flying saucer, and they were reverse engineering the technology in there. I mean, the German army was the first to actually make a fucking jet engine. Like, they made a jet engine, and that plane was going to go. Like, it was ready to go to war. The problem was it was way too war. Yeah, they were going to use it. They were going to use it against the Allies. The only problem was it was way too damn fast. So it was very hard to maneuver, and you couldn't win any dogfights with it because, you know, it's just too fast. And by the time it was about to actually put into service, pretty much the war had already ended. Like, the war was about to come to an end. But they had made a jet engine.
Yeah.
Hitler was adamant about, you know, utilizing these kind of weapons, and their scientists were there, and that's what you said. They snagged all their scientists because they had all that fucking knowledge on there. Like they had it written down somewhere. They were working.
Well, we
on
snagged
something.
him too. That's how we got NASA.
Yeah.
Was it what was his name? Werner von Buren?
Buren von Buren, yeah. He was the inventor of the VX rocket. You know,
yes.
Go to Disney Plus, watch that special to Mars or something like that, Going to Mars. He's there. It's him. He's talking. It is him there, like his idea of how we can go to Mars, the kind of spaceship that he designed, everything. This thing was like massive, but he had the idea and he had the plan, and I'm pretty sure they could still use that idea, you know. But it's crazy.
Okay, hold on. Angel said something here. He said there's a video why the Russians didn't make it to the moon, mostly infighting over control over space programs. I believe it because look what happened in fucking Chernobyl. So that's very, very, yeah. Look at, okay, Dan said we snagged them, but we also shocked their nipples every day as punishment. So with that being said, you turned me into this dude. I keep forgetting his fucking name. Slapped Ham.
Oh, the Slapped Ham channel. Yeah, Slapped Ham.
Slapped Ham channel. And
oh, excuse me.
I thought for sure it was probably going to be like a parody or whatever. I saw one fucking video and I was like, okay, I gotta
subscribe
check
to this.
Roger. So I did. I hit the subscribe button, man, and
this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some UFO footage that may just make you believe in extraterrestrial life. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more mysterious content just like this.
Look at that face. He's like, I'm about ready to scare the fuck out of you right now. Yeah. Look at that shit. Shout out to Slap Ham, man. This guy's fucking awesome.
It's so cool because
dude.
He talks so calmly, yet the shit that you're watching, like, could keep you up at
Let's
night.
give him a shout out, dude. Shout out to this gentleman right here, Slap Ham. Thank you. I am going to actually watch one of your videos for the first fucking time ever, dude. And I'm doing it with my brother here. And
this interesting video appears to show UFOs flying past the moon.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Watch it, Dick.
God damn it, man.
You haven't even seen it and you're reacting.
You're like, you ain't saying shit, motherfucker.
Dated March 26th of 2020. No context is given for the UFO footage other than the fact it was filmed near Montreal. The footage appears to show 2 to 3 pill-shaped craft flying past the moon.
You've got to be fucking kidding me, dude. It's Optimus Prime fucking in.
Small on the screen, their actual size would have to be massive. In fact, each craft could easily measure in at close to 100 miles across when you take into account the actual size of the moon.
What the fuck is that?
Look, there's another one.
The shape of the UFOs in this particular footage is particularly interesting for sky
they're casting
watchers.
shadows.
Several Navy pilots who have spoken out about UFO sightings in recent years have described the objects they observed as being shaped like Tic Tacs. What's more, several pilots claim to have seen similar objects on a near-daily basis between 2014 and 2015. Critics have been quick to chime in about the video's authenticity. However, the footage is difficult to refute. The shadows created by the travelling objects are consistent and accurate. This has led some to hypothesize that the objects caught flying past the moon are actually small comets or pieces of space debris. Love to get your thoughts on this.
Okay, space debris, perhaps. Very strong possibility.
But why is it in formation?
Yeah, and I'm like, okay,
like
I understand people do have the tools and the software to actually doctor a lot of these videos. However, it's like, that's why I fancy this stuff, because is it real? Maybe. Is it not? I don't know. Like, but at the same time, it's like when you get a bunch of smart people, like for example, Elon Musk shooting these fucking things into space, bro, then you know, like, okay, this is legitimizing something that is true, that it is possible to fucking build these type of things. And look at his cars, for example, all the Tesla cars that he has.
Yeah.
You can't even hear them, dude. Like the first early models, you couldn't hear shit. What makes people think that we can't build aircraft that is the same? Come on, dude. It's like,
yep.
This amazing piece of footage in the comment section below. What do you think? Real or fake? Most of us expect to see clouds above, land below, and the inside of our own eyelids when settling into a window seat on an airplane to relax.
This is what I don't want to see.
One passenger appears to have
okay, Anthony just said, this is some shit I would have to see with my own eyes to believe it. Me too, but here's the thing, I would not want to see it. I'm a window sitter at airplanes. I love the window. I know a lot of people don't.
I love it. I just don't want to see. I don't want that Twilight Zone experience.
A close encounter at 31,000 feet. A user named Revantex uploaded to Reddit what appears to be footage of a fast-traveling UFO darting past an airplane window on a clear sunny day.
Oh, what?
What's interesting is that the object that zips past the airplane window seems to be flying low enough to be detected by radar.
It looks just like the shit that you fucking captured, Roger. Look at that. Let me go back. Look at that.
And it's high up. That means it's far away.
Yes, it's like, and look how swiftly they move. And there's that other video that's out of the fighter pilot footage of him being chased by something.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta find that. But let's keep watching. This guy has some good content, man. Fuck.
What's interesting is that the object that zips past the airplane window seems to be flying low enough to be detected by radar. What's more, it comes startlingly close to the airplane itself. The whole encounter doesn't last much longer than the blink of an eye.
That is so fucking crazy,
Critics
dude.
are quick to point out that the person who first shared the video was lucky enough to be filming the blank sky just as a UFO happened to pop into view.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, timing is like, it's everything, dude.
Yep.
Because you won't catch these fucking things, man. That is fucking wild, bro.
It's not uncommon for someone to document the sky outside their airplane window while traveling in this Instagram age we're living in.
Instagram age.
Here's another video uploaded by Revantex that claims to show UFO footage of craft flying past the moon. This time the video starts with a fleet of 3 objects that appear as dark dots on the screen.
See, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. I've seen stuff like that before where there was like, yeah, similar to that was a full moon. It looked like little chocolate chips on the moon.
Okay.
And they were in formation similar to this, but there was more. There was like 6 of them.
Huh.
And at the same time, there was helicopters circling up high, like facing towards that direction.
Whoa.
So does air traffic control get wind of this shit? Probably. And they probably send the cavalry going, okay, make sure everything's cool. You know, stand by. Don't engage. Obviously you can't. Obviously they haven't. I mean, shit, dude. It's like, and they said, that's what I was thinking. What made this person record the blank sky and happen to capture that easily could have been doctored. Yes, it could. But then you have videos like fucking Rogers where you're like, what the fuck is that? So it's yes, I fancy it because it can happen. There is a possibility of capturing it.
I mean, to be honest, just because you haven't seen it or it you know, if you haven't seen it with your own eyes doesn't mean it's not true. I mean, we all know electricity is real. You know, we all know that the wind is real. You know, we all know that, you know, there's shit out there that we can't explain, but a lot of things happen. And this is me. I just happen to be lucky enough to actually fucking see it. You know, that airplane. I mean, if you fly in an airplane, you're going to take video of you flying over the sky because, you know, you want to. You know, that's something. the guy just got lucky and happened to capture that.
Yeah.
Or Anthony could be right. Maybe he just doctored it, but seeing, like you said, seeing is believing. Seeing is believing, but
Stefan will doctor the video. Doctor Stefan Bowman. At your service. But here's my other take on it too. That's
why I was like, yeah, it's true. It's fucking real because I saw it.
Even if you see it and you do believe it, you're like it's like a heroin addict, dude. They're looking for that high again. Like they're like, fuck you. Like ever since I saw that and then what you sent, I've been wanting to see it for myself, dude. And that shit I saw off the highway by Elysian Park, I regret not getting it on video. And I think I could have captured it. And I'm just like, fuck, man. Like all this stuff, man, it's out there. It's very, very obvious that, now people are coming out of the woodwork saying, yeah, it's real. We just haven't said anything because look what happened with the toilet paper fucking crisis, dude.
Look what happened with War of the Worlds.
Yes. Perfect concept of what will happen if this shit fucking says, okay, yeah, it's true. Yeah. People are going to fucking start. People are already getting desperate with this whole thing by robbing fucking Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in Pasadena with a gun.
Remember when I told you with Y2K, you're like, oh, Y2K, they're going to say aliens are real. Remember that? I told you that like 21 years ago, and it still hasn't happened. It still hasn't happened. Yeah. I always thought President Obama or even Donald Trump were going to be the disclosure presidents, but nope.
But even like I'm looking at these 9 months ago, the Telegraph, the newspaper, also website, whatever you want to call it, media. Mm-hmm. The Pentagon released a UFO video filmed by U.S. Navy pilots. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking legit.
Did you see the video of
that was the toilet paper, all the tinfoil will be gone.
Did you see the video of this object floating over the Pentagon? And then about a couple of days later, somebody leaked video of an announcement inside, I think it was either the United Nations, where they're saying that there was something over the extraterrestrial craft or something like that. This woman was like at a podium and she was addressing people, and this was like a hidden, like captured, like someone was hiding their phone, or it was crazy.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, this happened
This happened right as the lockdowns started. I remembered this.
Yep.
So this is crazy, and it's like, and this video here that I snagged from Slapped Ham is very recent too. It's about a month old.
Yeah.
The three craft seem to form a consistent V pattern as they travel. Things quickly get more intense. The person filming pans out to show what appears to be an entire fleet.
Chocolate chips. Remember I told you?
Yeah.
That's exactly what they look like.
Oh fuck! That's what you saw?
It was crazy, man. Yes.
You saw that?
Yes.
Wow.
That's exactly what it looked like. Because I was making fun of it. It looked like, the raw dough. That you buy from the fucking supermarket, right? Like the Pillsbury dough. It looked just like that. And look at that shit. I don't even know if I'm looking at the same. It might be the same video for all I know. What the fuck? Yes, that's exactly what I saw.
Sink past the moon.
What the fuck? Yeah,
the number of
dude.
craft seen in this footage makes it unnerving. However, details like shaky camera work and clumsy zooming do throw some doubt on the authenticity of the footage. Unfortunately, no details about the shape of the UFO
this is why I like his channel
can be really gathered. Because the craft only appear as
it's good to point out the obvious and
that's why I like this guy.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he would say they could be real, but it also could be fake because of this,
Yeah.
So that's what's so cool. It's the Russians.
Anthony says it's the Russians.
Oh fuck!
Black dots that don't
I doubt it's the
leave
North Koreans.
Shadows or light streaks. Love to get your thoughts on this one in the comments section below.
What's next?
This next piece of UFO footage was supposedly recorded on September 8 of 2018. It was uploaded to YouTube by Rob Chapman. The sighting took place at Haver Timber in Wiltshire, England. The footage begins with one large bright object that can be observed in the sky. The object quickly pulls apart to be revealed as two separate UFOs.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Oh my god! That's branched off into two.
The two objects in the Wiltshire UFO footage appear to do a dance in the sky that resembles two fish gliding in sync.
What the fuck is that, dude? That's trippy. That is trippy right there.
What is that?
Both UFOs have long tails that streak against the sky.
That's being controlled.
The strangest part of the video happens near the halfway mark. The UFOs appear to let off dazzling explosions that resemble fireworks.
That's fireworks.
What's that?
Yeah, but
That is so crazy,
like
dude. Look at that.
This causes the narrator to ponder if he's simply observing fireworks in the sky.
It's
However,
Dumbledore.
I would
the
be pondering
narrator
the
has
same
doubts
shit, you
that these
fuck.
objects
No, it's
could be
Gandalf.
fireworks based on the flexible
Gandalf's
way that
fireworks.
they move in the sky.
Let's come back, the other one. Fireworks don't act like that. That's like... They don't go down and up.
The objects continue to dance in the sky
I
after
kid you
the
not, dude.
fireworks show is over. Finally,
Here's what I gotta say, and this goes for anyone that's listening or watching. What Anthony said, they hit the power line. Fuck, imagine. If you encounter these things, I know I got nervous. I get nervous, but do your absolute best, man, to capture this shit clean and detail in the video what you're looking at and kind of give the viewers kind of like a synopsis or even the plot to what you're looking at. Because what this guy's doing is very, very smart. He's detailing exactly what he's looking at, which is perfect. Because when I saw, I think it was Elon Musk's first, I think it was his first rocket. I forgot what it was. And everyone saw it in the sky and started panicking. Remember?
Yeah.
I filmed it, but then I'm like, wait a minute. I remember there was supposed to be a launch scheduled, and I'm pretty sure this is Tesla's blah, blah, blah. And at the time, he was still the owner of PayPal. Remember, he was the creator of PayPal. And look at Anthony. Fuck that, bro. I seen fire in the sky. No, thank you. God, dude. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you.
objects simply vanish.
Yeah, man.
What is
See what I
going on in
mean?
this video? Firstly, this is the first reported case of UFOs that emit firework-like objects. It's possible that the UFO footage is edited. However, it's more like...
Well, yeah, I mean, if there's always that possibility. Oh, Whip Patrol, 5 Foot Viking. He says, if we have extensive video proof of UFOs, what are they waiting for as far as contact? Or if contact has been made with governments, why the big secret money, power? The answer to all that is yes, yes, and more yes, because they want all the power, and they probably have like space bitches with all like full titties and shit, like Total Recall.
Oh yeah. Now there's
Like
an
Blue
agenda.
Diamonds.
There's an agenda behind it. It's of keeping people under control. Think about it. If there has been governments
power,
already that
yeah.
that disclosed it, that they said yes, they're real, and we have been communicating with them, and we have been working with them. But
For crying out loud, the Pentagon released a fucking video, man.
the problem is it's gonna start. I would honestly think it will fucking start some kind of holy war between the citizens.
Well,
Because-
definitely, because, okay, Witt's asking what's the end game. We're going to find out eventually. And yes, that holy war is possible, because I hate to put this lady on roll call again. And because I don't want to make her any more famous than she is now, is Marjorie Taylor Greene, which I despise with every fucking ounce of my fucking soul, even though I don't even know her and I despise her. Those are the kind of people, and she's in the House of Representatives and she's promoting all these false conspiracies. It's people like that with that type of model of the world that, yes, will, like Roger said, will make that fucking holy world happen because they think it's demonic, it's the devil, it's this, it's that. And for all we fucking know, the smart people, they're like, no, I think genuinely these people are trying to help us. And what are they going to tell us, Roger? No, you're with them, you're crazy. And then boom, you've been
brainwashed.
You get murked just like those neighbors fucking got murked today over fucking yesterday over shoveling snow.
Yeah,
that's the kind of shit that's very possible. And I know our government and governments, plural, all over the world know this about people. So why? I'm playing devil's advocate here. I mean, just for lack of a better term, if you and I were the owners of, I don't know, Montebello, right? Just the city of Montebello.
Yeah.
And we were brought we were born into a family that had all these secrets, obviously.
Okay.
And we knew all of them, but they're like, hey, look, this can't get out. And if it does, it means the end of the family reputation, the name, all this oil that we have, because we do have oil in Montebello.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like, you know, people can't keep their mouths shut for that long. Obviously, that's what the CIA says. But at the same time, check this out. Your uncle in 1945 took pictures of this, where the new Costco is now. And it's probably like two aliens fucking or some shit. But it's legit like, oh yeah, they didn't have this type of makeup, you know, back then, or graphic, you know, it looked like two fucking reptiles just fucking going at it.
Okay.
Like, that's the kind of shit I know our governments are withholding. They have to. Like, why would they make it public? They only declassify what they want. That's the fucking thing.
And again,
Hillary Clinton will silence you.
It goes back to what that guy told me. It's like everything that we see, everything that we've been, you know, conditioned to is to make them look evil. Like, it's to make them, they make us want to fear, you know, what that is. Yeah. But
yeah, and just looking at this though,
likely that these supposed UFOs are really just part of a case of mistaken identity. Throughout the video, the narrator comments that the UFOs appear to be controlled by something. It does appear that the objects are being controlled to perform swift rolling maneuvers in the air, the way a child might control a remote control car. It's highly possible that what was caught on film was simply a set of remote control planes with fireworks strapped to their wings.
No, could be. Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt. It could be a drone. Who knows?
Yeah, but those fireworks would have burned out.
A flying object was recorded.
Weird flying object caught on camera. Okay. So, yeah, there is money and fear. Obviously, there is money and fear. And for those, for example, right now, and, you know, I'm not downplaying what's going on in our world right now, especially in our state with COVID-19. Yes, there is that big fear factor, and what's selling right now: delivery services, obviously toilet paper, weed, alcohol. Like, there's just a ton of business right now. People are still getting rich. Amazon, you name it. But how at the expense of bodies, man? Bodies. Just like did a 9/11, man, people got rich after that. That's so crazy. Yes. Yes.
Same thing with war. You know, the economy flourishes right after a war. You know, the cost of many lives. That's
it's very, very sick, but it's very, very real, man. Because it does happen, because there's a ton of opportunists in this world. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I know they haven't really capitalized on is this. Why? Because I know they're holding back. And referring back to what Whit was asking, what's the end game? You know, what we're going to find out eventually. Yes, absolutely. But fuck, man, like that it's a scary thought if you ask me. Anthony says, I'm still waiting on your podcast about 9/11, bro. Fuck, man. Don't even get me started, dude.
Oh.
Okay, let me just say this, and I'm going to say this publicly. I used to have VHS tapes from that day because we were supposed to have band practice back when I was playing in a band in 2001, and I let my VCR record all day. And was it SLP, whatever it's called, on, you know, just one particular channel, whatever, and it happened to be the Univision, the Mexican news station, and you know they got the coverage, bro. They got the fucking coverage.
Dude, they don't care about their reporters. They send them into the fire.
Hell no. Fuck yeah, dude. They'll put them in the line of fire.
Remember the North Hollywood shootout? Boom.
Yes.
Dude was there.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah. Okay, continue. Yeah.
So just an example, I mean, of this type of shit. I had a ton of that footage and I scrubbed through it just obsessively because I didn't know what the fuck was happening. It felt like a movie, dude. It felt surreal.
Yeah.
That I saw things that I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Like the whole Tower 7 thing, and no one got footage of the first plane hitting, only a firefighter documentary that was being shot on Ground Zero. A lot of anomalies, bro. I'm just like, wait. Like a year later, Roger, someone magically recorded over my fucking that whole tape with episodes of SmackDown, and it wasn't me.
Okay.
Right? Same tape, and I made sure I hid it somewhere. Magically, episodes of SmackDowns were on there. Thursday nights.
Okay. Maybe you were high and just don't remember.
No, I wasn't doing any drugs or alcohol back then.
You sure?
2001, man. No.
All right. I remember I saw it.
No, because I was pissed. I wasn't scared. I'm like, fuck, they got all my footage.
It was the aliens.
Fuck. They're like, oh, this motherfucker had too much. He's like, oh, this guy had SLP? Get rid of that shit. Put SmackDown. That's his favorite show.
After
the
they
Rock
visited,
is Stone Cold. They're going to wrestle tonight.
After they visited Al Bundy, they came to see you.
Fuck, man. I was pissed. But and then at the same time, all the old Fox 11 late night UFO specials that we would watch, those were gone too.
I recorded that.
Those are fucking gone.
I recorded that on VHS and I lost it. It's gone. Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know where it's at,
dude.
Yeah.
Like,
and I know which one you're talking about. The one that you couldn't sleep after watching it.
Yes.
It was like the one at the end. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it because I remember that.
Too, dude, because I remember one particular image. It was fucking a guy in a pickup truck, like on his farm or something.
Yeah.
And it looked like a tin can just floating like right behind his rearview mirror. And I'm like, back then you can really doctor shit like that, bro. Yeah, and they would even examine the developed pictures and they're like, yeah, it's fucking crazy. It was pretty crazy seeing those F-16s patrolling the skies above base. Oh, dude, Anthony's seen some shit. He was in the Air Force, so. Magana. Okay, are you saying the government came in and recorded SmackDown on your VHS tapes? No, I'm saying the aliens did it, man. Or my mom. I don't know. Oh, mi hijo le gusta las luchas. Cada jueves. Empiezan a las 9. Ay. Oh, thank you, Mom. You just erased all the fucking evidence. Fuck. God damn it, dude. All right, let's see what else is in there.
Uploaded by Alien Invasion on YouTube in April of 2020. Viewers are supposedly watching a UFO sighting captured from a moving vehicle. You have to get about 56 seconds in before the encounter takes place. Like a flash of light, a UFO darts across the night sky overhead.
Oh, no fucking way. No, they can't be. Scrub it. Come on.
It's impossible to make out any features of the aircraft, other than the fact that it's illuminated by blue lights. It's possible
That
that the
does look
object
pretty
is simply a
trippy.
shooting star that appears to be moving so quickly due to the speed of the car the footage was taken from.
Could be, yeah.
No.
We may never know unless additional context is provided by the person who captured the UFO footage in the first place. So until then, this mysterious video will have to remain a mystery.
Whoa.
Toy.
Okay.
A 9-second video uploaded by
Oh Lord, these are the ones that scare me the most.
Okay.
These are the ones that scare me the most because this is outer space footage, bro. Yeah, Magana, bro. It's fucked up. And yes, my mom did watch Luchas with me on Thursdays. Yes. Look, the SpaceX, you know SpaceX, obviously, right?
Yes.
It's Elon's company. Is it the spaceship company, whatever. SpaceX spots UFO on re-entry.
Text on Reddit appears to show a
about
SpaceX rocket encountering a UFO upon re-entry. This footage is much more pristine than most of the amateur footage of UFO encounters in circulation. The footage leaves no doubt that the SpaceX's rocket did capture an object moving in space. Only a question regarding the object's nature and origins remains.
What?
The UFO flying towards the SpaceX rocket has a rounded or bullet-shaped quality. It also appears to be quite smooth. It's possible that this is...
Come on, dude. Elon must know some shit, dude. Come on. He cannot be the owner of a fucking huge fucking space company and not know anything. He's probably an alien his fucking self. Have you ever heard him talk on interviews?
No.
It's a satellite. Okay, it's a satellite. Very, very strong possibility.
But anything that orbits the Earth is a satellite. So it could be an object.
And who is to say that these, I don't know, these, I want to call them ETs or whatever, UFOs, they know how to be chameleons with whatever they see. And they're so intelligent, they can catch on and say, okay, well, they've already identified us. I think we have to disguise ourselves now. Who's to say that they're not that advanced? Because if we as Homo sapiens think that way, because we're the top of the food chain, literally.
Yeah.
What makes you think that another being more advanced than us doesn't think that way?
Is an aerodynamic spacecraft.
But here's the thing is,
it's also possible that we're
not really a big threat if they have that kind of, advanced technology.
Maybe that's why they haven't really done anything to us. They're like, oh, okay, they kill themselves. We don't have we're more concerned about their resources, for example.
Yeah.
It's like to them, they're like, oh, well, it's better for us. Maybe that's what happened in Mars at one time, and now the planet is not, and it's uninhabitable, and now the resources have been just wiped out. Who knows, dude?
Yep, there's stories.
Yeah, I mean, these are just theories. Yes, everyone can conspire. But yes, Raymond Magana, you bring up a great point. We have to watch more Simpsons on VHS for more clarification. Keyword VHS, because all the evidence is there. And make sure your mama don't record Monday Night Raw on it. Okay.
A piece of space debris that's got its moment on camera.
She's like, oh, Seth Rollins. Oh, shit. Magana says, aliens probably think we're idiots down here. Absolutely, man. I've been saying that for at least 20 years. I'm like, what do they want with us? We're dumb. Like, we kill each other off. We're fucking up the planet. And I was saying this 20 years ago. Yeah, and I'm like, fuck.
I mean, if you go back to the ancient astronaut theory, the ancient alien theory, we could be a product of their engineering.
Probably. And they're like, we fucked this one up.
Because, well,
like, who's going to go down there and check on them? Are you? Nah, I don't want to go there, man. I just went.
I mean,
they're talking about some insurrection bullshit. I don't want to go down there.
You've heard of the Anunnaki, right?
Well, no, I haven't. What is that?
Well, there's supposedly an alien race that was identified a long time ago by
Native Americans.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that supposedly that they were the ones who engineered humans to be a workforce, as a labor force, to gather resources for them. That's a theory, though. That's a story. But
and then Anthony, yes, the Anthony's found some crazy shit in his Air Force manual, dude. So he's gonna go back and read that. So
I want to see that.
He's got some. He sent me some interesting screenshots.
Take a look at some truly startling footage of a formation in the sky. Remember to hit that subscribe button, then click that bell icon.
Oh, you got me
there.
hooked, bro. I'm
that
subscribed.
Way you get notifications about all our latest scary
But you see, he only shows
content.
he shows the portions of these videos, and then in the descriptions they have like all the links to all the whole
video
videos.
uploaded by Esther Gem in 2017 appears to show two very strange, otherworldly circles in the sky.
I can say that that's
the
doctored, sort of, but
clouds. Flashes of light can be seen moving around the perimeters of both circles. The circumstances regarding where and when this footage was captured remain unclear. Many people are familiar with the circular contrails that often appear in the sky. That well-documented phenomenon is the result of hot, humid air from jet exhausts that mixes with low-pressure vapors and low temperatures in the environment. The strange circles captured in this footage certainly don't match the contrail definition. What's more, contrails are remnants of sky activity. The circles in this footage are very much part of something active.
That looks crazy. Oh, Magana said that there's this whole theory on that the ETs enter their DNA into us. They enter or entered, like, past and present. They're still doing it to this day, apparently. Anthony says, show him the Twin Tower. I think I did show you the Twin Towers page that he sent me, right?
No,
I gotta send it to you. You're gonna trip balls, dude. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, fuck.
Angel said, remember also time is different in space, like when looking into a microscope light years away, but it's like a window in time as well, like looking into the future. And that's so fucking incredible, dude. I don't deny that one bit, because have we figured out fucking time travel as a species? I think we have. We haven't perfected it, but I think we're like, oh shit, so this is how it works. So who's going to volunteer? And everyone's hands just slowly go, not me. Because there's always that chance that you'll just evaporate. You won't come back.
Yep.
So it's like, okay.
An alternative
that could be a cool theory there too.
Optical phenomenon of atmospheric halos.
Ancient
However,
astronauts are us
theory
from the future.
The COVID vaccine is alien DNA, and sign me up for it, dude. That's why I got my letter from my job that like, go get your shot and go get 2 of them. I'm like, cool. All right.
I want to move things with my hands.
Light from the sun or moon interacts with ice crystals in the atmosphere, while they often appear near the sun or moon.
But I mean, this guy really breaks down. This guy, I mean, this guy was fucking great, man. I really, really enjoyed his channel, dude. This dude has a bunch of fucking videos, man.
Yeah, he's got like, I guess 2-hour-long compilations.
Yeah, and they submit to him,
and he finds them, and then he puts them together. But what's great about it, he gives credit to all the videos that he finds, and then usually puts the links to those whole videos in the description. So it's really cool. I mean, that's one. There's other channels out there that have that shit, and he's got other categories too, like ghosts and paranormal shit and things like that, things caught on camera. It's fucking crazy, man. Crazy.
I think for a fact here that yes, there's been a lot of stuff now that has been coming out of the woodwork. Obviously, if you have, I mean, we don't have time to check it out, but next time I'll download it. I'm sure 9 months ago to date, the Pentagon released a video of a Navy pilot following a UFO. So you guys might want to check that out. But nonetheless, really just here's what I recommend to people. Just take this shit with a grain of salt. Don't take it at face value. That's what I do. But there's some things in life, of course, that I don't take at face value. You know, and, you know, Jewish lasers starting California wildfires is not one of them, of course. Yes. You already know, I already told you about this fucking rant. I'm not going to make this bitch famous again. I'm just glad she's got removed from her fucking, from her committee, dude. This UFO shit, just be sure you take it, like I said, face value, and then, yeah, look into it. You know, there's some people that sounded crazy for a long time, but now there's governments that are like, yeah, what he's been saying for the past 30 years is true, and we're finally admitting it. And everyone's like, I told you, motherfucker. That's what my Tesla runaway does.
Remember what the YouTube movie I sent you, that link, Extraordinary. That was the name of.
Yes.
Everybody needs to watch that. Even though it's an old documentary, watch it.
It was a smoke screen, bro. Whenever the government releases shit like that, think about what they're distracting you from. Now, I think the lockdowns at the beginning weren't a smoke screen. It was a straight diversion, a legitimate diversion, where they found COVID-19 coronavirus was running rampant here. They're like, oh, fuck. And they're trying to get it under wraps, but at the same time, like, oh, shit, now this came up. They had to make a choice. Not just our government, governments, plural, had to make a choice. How do we prevent people from knowing that the shit's already out? You know, obviously people are going to look up to the sky. Everyone's got a fucking telescope, shit like that. You know, shut down all the observatories first and foremost. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they did that. They did that to ours.
Yep.
So then, you know, oh yeah, when can we make moves? When everyone's asleep. That's how you make moves in different time zones, dude. You make moves when people are asleep. Mm-hmm. And I know other people, I mean, I've heard different theories about these lockdowns and all this shit. And yeah, dude, I hate to say, yeah, people are dying, unfortunately, because of this. I know our best friend just passed away. Yep. And it sucks because for what, at what cost, and for what? What's, again, what was saying, what's the end game behind this shit? This is what's fucking crazy. And
I mean, you know, I've always know. It may not happen in our lifetime, you know.
Like I've heard shit like, oh, we've been manipulated by authorities for a whole fucking year. You know, we the Stockholm syndrome, but I've heard that more than like 10 times. I don't know why. It's a buzzword for some fucking reason. Everyone has supposedly Stockholm syndrome towards not just our government, but governments in general. And then the minute people try to revolt over some really absurd reason, look what happens. And then even then, dude, this insurrection that just happened, Roger, I'm beginning to think that was another diversion from something. And I can't pinpoint what it was.
It could be. I mean, to allow a group of people to just fucking go up and not stop them outside. Yeah, you could be right. It could have been just, okay, let's let them go in because we need a distraction. Yeah.
And now Sunday's coming up. It's Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Obviously there's going to be flyovers, but they're in Tampa. They're in Florida. There's going to be flyovers there. Now everyone and their moms, literally, on even whether you watch football or not, are going to be watching the game or for the commercials, whatever. And everyone's going to be inside, more than likely. with all the new habits that have been formed. I'd say take the time during the most distracting moment of that day
and go
and
outside
look up to the sky. Yes. But okay, we're gonna end it. We're gonna end the podcast with the random topic of the night.
All right.
And I'm gonna hit the generator here so I can. It's called a random topic generator, and I'm gonna put it up on. This one's good. This is one I've been wanting to actually answer, but I want to hear your answer too, because your answer will probably be pretty fucking interesting.
Okay.
All right.
What the fuck is it gonna be?
Oh, this is great, but I mean, I want you to explain it. I mean, it's not like a deep thought one, but
okay.
The question is, okay, what is your favorite song of all time, and tell me why.
Fuck, dude, why is it so like?
Dude.
God.
What is your favorite song? Okay, come on, dude. Think about this, because I could think of like 3 right off the bat. Yeah, that I can tell you why they're my favorites.
Well, I can't really pinpoint a specific one to a specific moment in my life, you know. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. 25 or 64 from Chicago, because one, it influenced my love into music. The first time I heard it, I was a freshman in high school, played it on my teacher's LP that like he had with a stereo. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And I got more into it. So yes, I'm going to have to say that one is my all-time favorite because it enhanced my love of music.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've heard you karaoke the fucking songs. Like, yeah, dude. That's...
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go with that one.
Ah, nice choice. I think for me, I mean, obviously I have a lot of my favorites, but the one I identify, here's a crazy thing though. I was reading something about the music that you've listened to as a, you know, a young kid, you know, maybe, that music is the one that basically triggers the most memories.
Dopamine.
Yeah. And the one song, dude, right off the bat, I'm just like, fuck, dude. Every time I hear this song, it just brings back like a ton of fucking memories. And that's the song by Blink-182, dude, called What's My Age Again? Do you remember that song?
Was that from like 98 or 97?
It was our senior year, I believe, in high school, 98. That record came out. It was Enema of the State. And it had what's her name, the porn star in the cover, geez, I forgot her name, but I'm gonna show you Enema of the State.
Wasn't it Jenna Jameson?
No, fuck, what was her name? Her name was Janine. She was a porn star. Right. And this is the cover art. Obviously, she was a porn star, but she turned into a total drug addict, apparently. And let's see. For me, it's Californication. That's a damn good fucking album, dude. Oh, that song in general. Bro, you read my mind. Take me back to Spartan football. And no, it wasn't Jenna Angel. It was this chick. Watch. Let me put it up on the screen so you guys can see it. Her name was Janine. This chick.
Yeah.
And look at her mugshot. Look at her mugshot.
Fuck.
Yeah, so she got heavy into drugs. That's her when she looked good. And this is the in sleeve, I think, or the back cover of the CD. Yeah. So yeah, this is crazy, dude. I mean, that for sure. What's My Age Again? I don't know what it was about that fucking song, dude. Like I've had like the other ones that honorable mentions is like Come Out and Play from Offspring.
Okay.
Only because we never knew it was about kids bringing guns to school.
Yeah, but we all know who ruined it.
Yeah, thank you, Sonya Bell. God damn you. And then for some fucking reason, dude, to this day, I can just verbatim, I can, anytime I hear it, just puts me in a good mood. And that's the Frank Sinatra intro to Married with Children. Those are like, there's 3 songs that just trigger all this fucking dopamine, and those are the 3 songs, dude. Especially Come Out and Play, because that reminded me of my first year at Eastmont, my first and only year, just to clarify again. But for sure, dude, every time I hear that song, What's My Age Again, it just brings back all these fucking great memories, dude. I'm just like, okay, that song forever, and that's not even my favorite genre. That song forever is going to be like, okay, that song's always going to put me in a good mood. It also reminds me of Grad Night, because they actually played that song at Disneyland Grad Night. I think you were there too, right?
Yeah, was it at the
at Disneyland?
Yeah, I was there
when the Aquabats performed.
Shit, dude, I don't know, because I remember the only thing I remember
clearly because our Spanish teacher was the bass player's dad.
Okay, so I wasn't at that performance. I think I was hanging out at New Orleans Square at the K-Rock, at the K-Rock party that they had there. So yeah, that's all I can
because
remember.
there was we were at Tomorrowland for the K-Rock party with Richard Blade. Remember that guy?
Okay, yeah,
the English guy. And then I know there was another section too. So, dude, Anthony says Linkin Park's one step closer. And you know what's fucking crazy about Linkin Park, dude? It's hard for me to listen to him now, dude. It's so hard. Ever since Chester fucking died. Mm-hmm. It's tough, dude. And now, like, after all this shit that came out about his history about fucking being not only physically and emotionally being abused, but just the demons he fought in his head. Mm-hmm. And he had like 6 kids, dude, with the same girl. And he still killed himself. People are thinking that he, quote unquote, got suicided. But I genuinely think the guy was just so fucking just torn from the inside, dude.
Depression can do that.
And music is the only thing that kind of kept it was like the tape, it was the glue, dude, that kept them together. And that was it, man. I was just like, fuck. But it's real. I love Linkin Park, dude. Like now Linkin Park came after we graduated.
Yeah.
I know a lot like Anthony, for example, was still in school. But those memories that I have with that music, it reminds me that Linkin Park and Stained. It reminds me of me working at Radio Shack with you. It reminds me of that. And then eventually going to work for that stupid little kiosk at Gigante Supermarket, the first one.
What about your?
And then
I thought it was I thought it also when you worked at that karaoke business.
No, that was way later.
That was way later. Oh, okay.
Those memories are triggered by probably like I don't know what I was listening to heavier shit. I know that. Like, for example, I know obviously Metallica, and like a lot of the Pantera stuff that came later.
Was that when we got into Disturbed?
Yes. Okay. Right after. Well, actually, check this out. We got into Disturbed right after Radio Shack.
Yeah.
We went to go see them at Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that one.
So whenever I hear Disturbed, it just brings back all of these fucking crazy memories in the fucking Nova, dude. Yes. I'm just like, oh, Lord, dude. Like, how are we alive, man? It is fucking crazy.
This shit was a tank, dude.
It was. And I'm like, okay, it's probably the safest place we could be in. That I learned to later realize that, like, okay, nothing can stop this car. Perhaps maybe a semi.
Yeah.
But if we hit anything, it's them, not us. So
remember that accident? That fender bender we got on Montebello and Beverly? And the chick was freaking out. It's like,
you're like,
there's nothing wrong with my car. I don't care.
Like, it's a piece of steel that was going like a mere 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, dude. It's like I told her, lady, you just threw an empty can onto a hammer. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen?
Anthony says, I listened to Linkin Park and POD while I was in the Air Force. You know what's funny about POD is, and this is interesting because Roger went with us to Ozfest the year they were going to perform on the main stage, and the headlining, I don't know if you remember this, Roger, it was POD, which is labeled a Christian rock heavy metal band.
Right.
And who else was on stage? It was Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
It was Ozzy, obviously, and I think Korn played, if I remember correctly. And you're like, whoa, how do they fit into this bill? I'm like, people actually like them, dude. Like, regardless of their message, I mean, or their belief, their music is pretty badass. So
it worked for Creed.
Yeah, and then Creed happened. I was just like, Jesus, man. It was all bad, but nonetheless, dude, we'll kill it there. We're going on 2 hours. I mean, we can go for like 5 hours if we want to, but thanks everyone for tuning in. Oh, Papa Roach, don't get me started. Damn, dude, that's going way back. Too. Fuck. But thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. Be sure you. Right now that not all restrictions are lifted, but be sure you support your local businesses and tip well, especially to your drivers. Be nice.
Yes.
Don't be rude. Just request a refund and then just reorder. Yes. Don't be a bunch of fucking assholes just because your fucking ass is, ordering fucking groceries or food. Just be cool.
Yes.
And
if it's not in stock, don't get butthurt.
And don't be robbing the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in Pasadena with a gun.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Fuck, man. And don't be killing your neighbor over fucking shoveled snow.
Yeah. I got to see that. I'm going to see that video.
Yeah.
You need to send it to me so I could see it.
Yeah, yes, go outside and look for aliens.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Have a good night and peace.